Hello, good evening and welcome. It is Sunday night, Paul here, and you know by now I use hypnosis, happiness and hijinks to help people overcome those problems and hurdles that befront us, that come before us in life, and help people get back to having a good time in their lives. I am a couple of minutes adrift tonight. Sorry about that. The reason being is that on Friday it was one of my boys' 22nd birthday, and today was a chance to actually get in there and have dinner with him. And of course, today is also Mother's Day, so all the restaurants were fully booked and busy. But we found somewhere in the end, and it was nice to catch up with him and have a good time. So tonight, I want to talk about basically you and where you are, and are you where you want to be? Now that sounds a bit of a mouthful, but think about this. There's a quote I have just used this morning to write an article, and basically it said, what are they searching for? Perhaps they search for their destiny. Perhaps their destiny is to search. And what that means is, I did this for a lot in my younger life. I would travel around, and I told the story this morning about this old guy that I met while I was in Greece. And he, lovely hot day. I was tired and hot and thirsty from, traveling, hitchhiking actually. I'd hitchhike across Europe about 3 times all told. Anyway, so this one day I'm heading down to this little sort of fishing village, seaport kind of place on the Mediterranean, hoping to bum a lift to one of the tourist islands. So this little old guy is sitting by the side of the road, and he sort of beckons me over, and it's hard to refuse really, because he's got a bottle of the local wine and a big pile of olives and some bread. So I go across, and at first I think it's going to be one of those really kind of difficult conversations, because I don't speak, well, at the time I didn't speak any Greek at all. I mean, I could say hello and goodbye, and that was about it. And most of the older Greek people I'd met could speak either fluent Italian, because a lot of Italians had taken over big parts of Greece during World War II, or they could only speak Greek. And this guy goes, oh, hello mate, coming over, and all this kind of thing. Well, bloody hell, what? And it turns out that this guy had been in what we call in the UK the merchant navy. So he'd been sort of sailing cargo boats, oil tankers, that kind of thing for most of his life. And he sort of retired a few years ago, and now just sort of sits out his little shack and watches the world go by, and he has a great view of the sea and the little sort of fishing village down the bottom of the hill there. Anyway, so it says to me, we get chatting, the usual kind of questions, who are you, where are you from, and all that kind of thing, how old are you, and really good conversation. Then he asked me this really strange question, and I think he was like something like, do you know where you're going? And, do you know what you're looking for? And I thought he meant, like, where are you going today? And I said, yeah, I'm going down to the village and I want to get a boat and try and find a job on one of the tourist islands. He said, no, I don't mean that. He says, what are you looking for? And I went, I'm still not sure. And he said it again a few more times. And then I found he finally twigged. What he meant was, did I have, a goal, an aim, a destiny, for want of a better phrase? And I just said, no, I'm going out for adventures, have a good time, meet people, learn a bit, see some of the world, and just, stay free, because at the time I was pretty free. All I had was the stuff I could carry in my rucksack. And when I explained this to him, he smiled at me and said, brilliant, because that's why I was at sea all that time for, 40, 50 years or something, because I just wanted to visit the world and see the world, and exactly what you said. And I didn't have this this passion, because I mean, if you listen to all the big gurus and big public speakers and people all around the internet, they say you've got to have this passion, you've got to have this one thing in life that drives you, that motivates you. It's the thing you're really good at and you've got skill for and talent for and you love and all of that. And I, used to think to myself, well, I don't. There's lots of things I like doing, and there's lots of things I really enjoy doing, but there wasn't one abiding thing that I really enjoyed. So I thought to myself, well, why should I follow that kind of credo, that kind of lifestyle, when I'm just up for doing anything and trying lots of different stuff? And we got chatting about this, and he said, that he spent his entire life looking and didn't find anything. He didn't say couldn't find, because in the end he sort of said, well, you know, I've travelled as far as I can now because of my age and that, and it's just time to sit by the side of the road and talk to people and say goodbye. I thought that is so cool, you know, to actually not have a thing and to know that, and to go through life just moving along and asking questions and, you know, heading in any kind of direction. And for a long time that is what I did. And then, you know, I kind of forgot that part of me and settled into a routine for quite some time and forgot about asking that question. And so my question to you is really, are you where you want to be? Is where you are right now what you always dreamed of? Do you have one of these passions? Do you have the one thing that's driving you forward? Do you have everything exactly the way you want it to be? Or are you still asking these questions? Are you still sort of out there exploring? When I say out there, I don't necessarily mean traveling all the time. You could be stable in one place, but, you know, asking yourself these questions, doing sort of what I would call inner work, sort of discovering more about yourself and who you are and that kind of thing. I would be really, really interested to see and hear sort of what you think. I'd appreciate some feedback to find out, you know, are you settled? Or are you still looking? Are you still looking but, you know, not moving around the world? Or are you still traveling? Are you one of these digital nomads maybe? Yeah? Are you in a job that you love and you're passionate about it and everything about your life is, you know, pretty much A-OK, as they used to say, yeah? Or are you in a situation whereby you know it's not perfect, but you're thinking about the next step? I'm really interested in this question because I think I mentioned the other day, I've been reading Eat, Pray, Love, and it's absolutely a brilliant book. Amanda recommended it to me, and I read it in sort of, 2 or 3 days, because it's one of these books that initially wasn't my kind of thing. But the more I got into it, the more I was reading it, I just couldn't put the thing down. And I found it fascinating the way the book was written, because instead of it being sort of like a beginning, middle, and an end kind of thing, she has 3 distinct sections of where she was and what she was doing. And that brought up a lot of really interesting questions that sort of sparked my interest and got me thinking about things, and thinking about this last, 18 months of my life and what I've been doing, and a little bit prior to that as well. So tell me, are you where you want to be? Are you still moving forward? Are you still looking? Are you making changes? Where are you? And that's my question for you today. Where are you in your life? Do you have a destiny? Do you believe in destiny? Yeah, I would love to know what you think. Drop a line in the comments or send me a PM. That would be fabulous. Also, yeah, before I forget, from tomorrow, I'm going to be starting a new kind of thing. So next week's lives are going to have a theme. So Monday through to Friday, we'll have a theme. And this week's theme is going to be fears and anxieties. So I would really like to know, do you have any fears? Sorry, not anxieties, fears and phobias. Get my mind straight. Fears and phobias. Do you have any fears? Are you frightened of flying? Are you frightened of heights? Do you have any phobias? Mild ones, light ones, really, really heavy ones, things that just, you know, stop you dead in your tracks. Let me know. So tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to be talking about the difference between fears and phobias. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to sort of like dig into it a little bit more, and hopefully you'll sort of give me some feedback. And I've got a few little sort of questions for you as well. It should be fun and an interesting variation on a theme. So thank you for watching. My name is Paul, and I use hypnosis, happiness and hijinks to help people overcome those hurdles that come before us. I can get that phrase out today, that come before us in life, helping people get back onto the right track. Thank you for watching. Please share this, please comment, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye.